I think for the show, I think we should just do 2 quarterbacks and let the third go for the show, just so we can see where we're at. Well, I don't want you to get a cop out where you're just like, I'm going to keep all 3. I think like every single 53-man roster prediction that I've seen, everyone's kept 2 quarterbacks. I haven't seen one keep 3. And then I went last year to look at the Detroit Lions 53-man roster, and they only kept 2 quarterbacks. They did not keep a third. They left. I think it was what's his name that they brought in ended up being on the practice squad. So I think just for the aspect of this show, the entertainment factor, I think you should choose. There actually might be a tornado outside. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, Jeff, you're looking around, dude. You live an hour away from me. I mean, I'm talking about like outside my window.
I have to double check if it's even raining, not if there's a tornado, but
that's fair. No, yeah, it sounds like a tornado. It sounds like pretty bad out there. But I say we just stick with 2 quarterbacks, just for the sense of the show. I think it's more entertaining. I think because it's an easy out being like, 3. Then
no, it's not an easy out because it's what I whatever. We don't have to argue about it. Fine. We're gonna have the same 2 then. It's Jared Goff and Kyle Allen.
Okay.
As of August 12th. As of August 12th, it's Kyle Allen.
All right, fair. I like it. I have Jared Goff and Hendon Hooker. I'm kidding. I have Kyle Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I have that. Yep.
So we can we can, you know what, but hey, guess what? That 3-1 comeback LeBron had against the Warriors, no one thought that.
It's not happening. It's over. Running backs. I have 4 on the roster.
I have 4.
Last year, they kept 4 as well. Obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs, D-Mont, Craig Reynolds, and Sione Vaki. Do you have the same 4?
I have the same. Yep. Craig, Sione Vaki, and they cut the other 2 they brought in.
Yep.
In the offseason.
Maybe a practice squad guy they'll keep.
Yeah, they might keep you know who I think they keep is
the Tennessee kid.
Yeah, is that Sailors or
not sure?
Let me see. I got the name.
The Tennessee kid has actually been pretty good for this team.
He played the preseason, right? Last week?
Yeah, and he looked decent. I know you liked him a lot.
Yeah, I think they keep him around on the practice squad, but
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say 4. I agree with that. And then wide receiver.
So before we go, do you want me to tell you what they kept last year, just so you have an idea of?
Yes.
Last year they kept 4 wide receivers. They kept Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Khalif, and Isaiah Williams.
Isaiah Williams. I think they keep 6. I still believe it. Because here's why I think they keep.
Oh, well, then Tim Patrick last year. I apologize. They added Tim Patrick,
and then they got rid of Isaiah Williams.
Yeah, or maybe he was like the 5th in and out. But I was just reading Pride of Detroit. This must have been like right before they brought Tim Patrick.
I think they keep 6, and the reason why I think they keep 6 is because Amon-Ra, J-Mo, and Khalif are guaranteed. Those are 3. Tim Patrick, they definitely want to keep. Now, he could start the year. I don't know what this injury is. I don't know, but they're not going to cut him. So they're going to have the 4. Isaac, that's not even a debate. That's 5. The question is, who do they keep? The 6th guy. And I think they keep Dominic Lovett. And the reason why I think they keep Dominic Lovett is because I think they like what he can bring, because he can play special teams and he can return, which they don't have anyone. They don't have any wide receivers. They have other guys like Khalil Dorsey can do it. But I think they like Dominic Lovett's special team versatility. So I think they'll keep 6. But if you want to say 5 and you think, because I think if Dominic Lovett gets cut and brought to the practice squad, if Isaiah Williams got scooped as a UDFA, I think Dominic Lovett will be gone because he's a 7th round pick. You know, like he was drafted. So I think if Isaiah Williams found a spot, I think he'll find a spot. So I think they keep 6. And then Meeks, by the way, the reason why I don't think they go with Lovett over Meeks is because they have a lot of guys that are built like Jackson Meeks. They have similar types of wide receiver guys. Like they have X's and guys that can play the X, the Z. They don't have any slot guys besides.
I do have
and Khalif.
I have different. I just went 5 wide receivers. Last year they went Isaiah Williams and they had that with the 4th, and then they had Tim Patrick as the 5th. Listen, I want and I'm gonna be honest with you, Jeff. If I was creating this team, I would do a 6 and keep Dominic Lovett personally. Now, when you do look at like the roster as a whole, there's probably like when I did my 53-man to start, I had 50. I told you I had 52 slots and I had 1 available. I kind of think about that extra slot for a guy like Zadarius, to where they don't have to cut an extra player and they have an extra slot for a guy like that. And if you add a Dominic Lovett and say you don't add him, I think Dominic Lovett's like the next man in. But the problem is I think he looked good in his action. He did have the 2 drops, but the big problem too, it's that he's hurt right now. And that's when's he going to be back is the question. I think he has the talent to do it, and he's a 7th. I don't think I'm going to put him in mind right away to be a lock. I do think that he still go out there, prove. I think it's his to lose. But like Jomo Lion King in the chat, like an extra O-lineman instead of Lovett. I think with the injuries last year, especially on the D line, and you even look at your O-line that you don't want to lose some of those development guys that you have, or even Jeff in that corner room. It's like, what's more valuable to you, having depth in certain positions or keeping Dominic Lovett around? I don't know if Dominic Lovett's hurt for the next couple of weeks. If you cut him and you bring him back to the practice squad, does someone pick him up? I think that's like, it's a risk, yeah, but I think there's a good chance that you can still get him back on the P squad, as the people call it. So I right now just had 5. I had Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Tim, Tesla, and Khalif. I would like Dominic. You know what I'm going to do, Jeff? I'm going to put him on the side here. So if I have an extra spot or I want to cut someone while we're doing this, he's next man in. He's fighting.
I'm not going to fight you over Dominic Lovett. I think they like him, and I think he'll stay. That's my opinion on that. I've interrupted the video to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Comer & Cross, and their one-day installation for concrete floor coatings, garages, basements, patios. They do it all. And I'm sure you're tired of staring at your crack-stained garage floor. Well, I have the answer for you. Comer & Cross in their summer installation sale, they're offering 12 months same as cash or $500 in savings. Why put it off? You can contact the number, 248-834-3488. They transform patios, pool decks, basements, even driveways. They do it all. And the best part is they move the stuff out for you. They repair your cracks and pits before applying your stunning new floor, guaranteed. Comer & Cross concrete floors never chip, crack, or peel like epoxy or paint. Again, you could call the number, 248-834-3488, or you can book your free estimate at comercross.com. Let's get back to the video.
Which is fair. Yeah, I agree too. I like that. I don't hate it.
So we'll go to tight ends. So the tight ends, we already know 2 guys are shoo-ins: Sam Laporta and Brock Wright. The real question is, who's the 3rd tight end? They have Shane Zylstra, they have Zach Horton, Steven Stellanos, and Gunnar Oaks.
And your boy, but he just got hurt.
And your boy.
Yeah, I don't know if he got put on IR, but I know he got hurt. I have as my 3rd. Okay, so he's done then. I have as my 3rd. I think this one's. I think Shane Zylstra makes it this year.
I agree. I was wondering which way you're going to go with that. But.
Yeah, I know he had a couple targets or he had a couple catches in preseason. And I know a lot of people, he didn't do much with it. He's been getting targeted a ton in camp. If you go to the practices, you see a lot of Shane Zylstra. I think Shane Zylstra is going to he's going to be a piece they keep. I think they keep 3. What did they keep last year? Hold on a sec. Last year they kept 3 tight ends, except instead of Zylstra last year it was Parker Hesse, however you pronounce his name. But this year I think Shane actually makes the squad this year. He's looked good in camp, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I like Shane Zylstra because one thing he can't do. This is what I look at when I think of the Dominic Lovetts of the world or Shane Zylstra's. I could see why you'd say, well, your last tight end, you want to be a blocker, which is fair. I could see why you'd argue that. I look at special teams, and Shane Zylstra can play special teams. So
agreed.
That's got to factor into that. He could play special teams. They value that a lot. So I agree. I have 3 tight ends. So I have two quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. So I'm at 15 right now, 15 players through those 4 positions.
Yeah, I'm on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm on 15 as well. Me and you are different? You're on 16. You have 16. No, I have 14. You have 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait. I'm looking right at the. All right, yeah, that's fine. I was rattled for a second. I was like, wait, do I?
I just see on your face you didn't know what to say.
Yeah. Offensive tackles. We'll get to the offensive line. We'll start at we could go offensive line in general, or we can just do. I did offensive tackles, offensive guards, centers. I kind of try to break it up.
I did tackles as well. Yeah. So do you want me to? You want to?
It should be consensus, right?
I mean, 4. How many do you have?
4.
Yeah, and I put a 5th one if I have an extra spot, and I think this is one of those guys who's on like the 53, 54, 55 mark. I think Jamarco Jones. If I know he's banged up right now, I don't know how long he's out for. I think Jamarco being like more tackle depth, I think he's a guy that has a chance to make it. But I think Panay, Taylor Decker, Dan Skipper, and Giovanni Manu are your 4 tackles. And obviously it sucks, but Jamarco that's your 5th guy. So if you have an extra spot, I think they bring on Jamarco.
I agree 1,000%. I think Skipper being back, and then they had a tackle go down in the game last week. I forgot his name. I got injured in the warm up. But Jamarco, he has got that. I think he's got he's got some injury. I forgot what it was, but he's out right now. So 4 tackles for me too. Interior offensive line. We'll just group guards and centers together. I have, let me see. So 5, 4. I think I might go because this one this is how I'm thinking about it, right? So you have Graham and Christian and Tate. So 3. I think they keep Yodi. I have Yodi on here.
So Graham, Tate, Christian Mahogany. I have Yodi. I have one more. I have 5. I have Kingsley.
The Kingsley, I think, would be the one I would roll with because Tristan just went down.
Yeah.
So Tristan's out, and then Moody, Neese, no. So I agree. Kingsley can play center. Kingsley. Yeah, they probably would roll. And then they have Miles Frazier, who's injured. So I'll go 5. Healthy, I guess. That's what I have.
Okay.
5. I don't know if that sounds right. 3 starters and 2 backups. And one of those guys can play center. So that replaces basically Tristan Colon. That's how I looked at it with Kingsley. So I have 5 interior guys.
Yep, me as well. I had 5. So 9 total offensive linemen.
I think when Frazier gets back, I don't know if maybe you keep all those guys, but maybe you cut. You can afford to cut.
Because I think you can be at like 9 or 10. I think it's fair. I think when Frazier comes back, you just stick at 10 and you add one more and you're at 10 and you figure out something else somewhere else. Whether that's, or, you move on from a Jamarco. Oh, I guess I had Jamarco in there. So potentially. So 10. What did you do? I did edge next, edge rusher. Defense. Yeah, that was the full offense.
So we have, what do we have on 10, 15, 19. So 24 I have.
I have 23.
Wait, 6, 12, 15, 19, 24. Okay, so we're on track. So
23, 24.
Yeah. Okay, 24 on offense. All right, so we'll go to defense. So defensive ends.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes. Aiden, Marcus Davenport.
AQM.
Yes, I have AQM.
Ahmed Hassanin.
Yep, that's 4.
And I have 1. How many do you have? I have 5.
I have 5 too.
Nate Lynn, who's had a great preseason.
What happens? Here's the thing I had to think about too. Josh Pascal's coming back before the season.
No one knows when though. It just don't know. And if is he going to come back week 1, week 2? If he comes back again, I had 52 on my team so far. I still think Nate Lynn. I think, dude, the edge position just, in my opinion, edge is just so important to where you need depth. I wouldn't mind 6 edge rushers.
No, I'm not gonna. I don't hate that, to be honest with you.
I think you let Nate Lynn. I mean, me and you have talked about Nate Lynn how many times during the preseason games where he's just making plays and you're like, who is that? Nate Lynn. And we go to camp. Nate Lynn's standing out, and that's one of the edges that they're starting to trust a little bit. I think Nate Lynn makes a squad. He was a guy last year. Wasn't he a UDFA last year, Nate Lynn?
He was.
And he gets hurt. They loved him. Yeah, almost. It felt like last year he was going to have a chance to actually get some reps in. Gets hurt, comes back this year, and now it's like a repeat of the same situation. If Josh Pascal comes back, then I think there's a chance that he gets it out. He's obviously going to be on the team. Now they can make that decision at that point if Nate Lynn gets cut or who they move around for that. But I would say Nate Lynn makes the squad as of now.
So we could agree with that because I had 5. It threw me because I expected Josh to come back. So if he's not back, I think Nate Lynn's fine. He would be the one that is. Yeah. And then even if he does come back, you would like Nate Lynn. So that would keep 6? You'd have 6 guys, 6 defensive ends.
6. Yeah, which that puts me at the same number as you.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the same. So 5 defensive ends, and then defensive tackle. This is tricky because you have Aleem and Mackay coming back. So eventually you're going to have to, you're adding 2 more. So whatever, but we can go with the guys they have now. So you have DJ Reader and Tyleek.
Yep.
And then I have Roy Lopez. That's 3. Yep. And then I want to throw Keith Cooper in here. That's where my mind went. I want to put Keith in here. And then I think Pat O'Connor makes it.
Me and you have the exact same. We're in very.
Is that what you have?
Exact same. I have DJ Reader, Tyleek, Roy, Pato, Keith Cooper, and I think when Liam comes back, Pato or Keith Cooper, if they again, however they feel those guys are playing, ends up losing it, and same with Mackay. I think Mackay comes in and gets a spot right away.
And then your 5 would be DJ, Tyleek, Roy, Ali, Mackay, and then you'd be like adding.
And if they keep a 6, whoever's playing better, Pat or Keith. If they keep a 6,
all right. Cool. All right, then that was easy. All right, we agree there. So I have 5, and then 2 coming off the.
Yep, same here. Coming off the pup.
Yeah, the other pup. Linebackers. How many linebackers?
I have 6.
So how many did they keep last year?
I think this is just such a chalk list. I think there's 6 linebackers on this team right now that are just playing at a very good level, and you trust. They kept 6 linebackers last year.
So I think the same amount. This year, and they have Malcolm coming back. So I think who they keep instead is going to be either Trevor Nowatzki or Zach Cunningham.
Those should be 5 and 6. I don't see if you have a 6, Jeff. That's not your 6. Jack, Anzo, D. Barnes, Grant, Nowatzki, and Zach Cunningham.
That's the 6. Yeah, I think who would be left? Ezekiel Turner, I guess, would be one of those guys.
Yeah, Zeke.
Can't think.
Let me look at the roster real quick.
But yeah, that's the 6, and then Malcolm comes back, and then they decide who they want to.
Anthony Pittman is one as well.
And no, I don't think.
But Malcolm's not even supposed to come back. I believe October, almost November. Yeah. So in that case, you're running with the 6 that you have, and I think that's a good 6 as well. I think that again, it's just like when some of these guys return off the PUP list or IR, it's going to be hard to make those cuts on who, because I think the roster you have right now. If you cut Zach Cunningham or Nowatzki, they're getting picked up instantly. So do you go roll with 7 in October? I don't know.
Now, I think you're going to like my corners.
I'll say this real quick. To get an idea when we did this, I looked at about 3 or 4 articles who have done their 53-man rosters. Shout out to Doc, Pride of Detroit. There was another one I looked at. A to Z Sports with Mike Payton. There's a couple. I think there's the wild card in there now, and a lot of these guys have the wild card.
Well, before we do that, I'll answer this question. Who goes when Rodrigo comes back?
I don't know. I think you have to cut someone from a different position.
I think it's going to be Zach Cunningham or Trevor Nowatzki.
But the thing is, again, you don't want to lose good players. You're going to lose one, and they're going to get picked up by a playoff team.
Well, that's part of it.
It is, but if you can cut, say you have Jamarco Jones on the roster, if you can just cut Jamarco, or if you have Yodi.
Tackle over 7 linebackers, you'll have 7.
But again, your defense, you don't want to, you're not going to lose Yodi, though. That's why I think it's a strategic game. You want to cut someone you know is not going to get picked up, that's going to make it to your practice squad and
you
clear
also
waivers.
Don't want an influx. You need depth.
You do, but what I'm saying is, if you're hearing me out, when you make those roster moves, you're going to cut a player who will make it through waivers. You're not going to cut a player who's not going to make it through, even if you are overloaded at a certain position. Because if you end up needing that player, that depth at the offensive line position the next week, you can just grab him off your practice squad. If you need linebacker depth the next week and you dropped one of those linebackers, he's not on your practice squad anymore. He's playing with the Philadelphia Eagles now. So I think for Brad's sake, I don't think it's one of the situations where it's, hey, a linebacker comes back, you have to cut a linebacker. I think it's you have to cut the 53rd man on the roster that's going to make it through waivers. And I don't think either of those guys are 52, 53. I think those guys are in the 40s on this team.
Yeah, which is a good point. I believe, in my opinion, if you did want to cut one of the linebackers, I think Zach Cunningham would probably make it through waivers, personally. Maybe not Nowaski, I think, but Zach was a free agent. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a guy late. Like, he didn't have a good year last year. I'm sure he's playing better, but yeah, I get what you're saying though. You're not wrong.
I think it's just, I know a lot of people have that mindset. Hey, a player in this position comes back. I
think they'll keep a crap ton of linebackers. Like, they're gonna.
I just think they're gonna look at Brad's gonna look at the last man on the roster, and that player's gonna get cut. It's gonna be the 53rd man, 52nd man. It's not gonna be. If a linebacker isn't there, it's just not going to.
But based off that, then, like, if Mekhi and Aleem come back, they won't cut the D line. Then they'll just.
I think you can argue Pat O is going to be. I think you can argue though Pat O or Keith Cooper are one of those bottom guys on the roster. Jamarco Jones, Yodi. I think you can argue they're a part of that group. I think Pat O's still fighting for a spot. I don't think he's guaranteed a spot.
No, I don't think so either.
So if you brought back a D tackle, I think it's easier to make that decision.
I think if Malcolm was here, I don't think Zach would be guaranteed a spot. That's just my opinion.
That's fair. I think that's fair. But I'm saying in season when you're strategically doing it, you're gonna, that's how it's gonna go about it. So corners.
Corners. So what you're saying, I agree with. I'm assuming we're gonna have the same wild card because I just don't. I looked at the corners, dude. There's not another wild card besides who we're gonna name. I just don't, especially how he's been playing. So let's just go through it. So Taron Arnold.
Yep.
DJ Reed, Amik Robertson, Rock Ya-Sin. Dorsey. Nick Whiteside. Like, there's no... I'm looking at Eric Hallett. I know he's like kind of a nickel safety corner. DiCaprio Boodle, no. Tyson Russell, no. Luke Barku, no. DJ Miller, no. And then Ennis Rakestraw is on IR. He's out for the season. So
I didn't have Kendall in mind or Khalil in mind just yet because he's hurt still. Do you know when he comes back?
He will be. A couple of these guys I put in there because they're gonna. But yeah,
you say that name again though, and make sure start from the beginning.
What are you talking about? Oh, the names.
The final corner.
Nick Whiteside.
Say where did he go to school?
SVSU.
Heck yeah. Love hearing that.
Yeah,
shout out Nick Whiteside. Dan loves him too.
Yeah, he talked about him, so that's why I'm putting him in too. I'm like, they love the dude. He's
if he keeps doing what he's been doing the last week and a half since he's walked into Allen Park, I think he makes the roster, and it's good for him too, man. His journey's been crazy. Practice squad and Commanders, played in the UFL, D2, Saginaw. It's nuts. He's had a great journey, so I hope he makes the roster, man. I hope he keeps playing well. I had the same thing though. I had TA, DJ Reed, Amik, Rock Ya-Sin, and Nick, and then I had Dorsey, but I haven't counted Dorsey towards the roster yet because I don't know if he's going to be back when they. I'm not sure his recovery. He's in that
Pascal category where it's like I think they will be, but there's not.
Okay, that's fair.
Know. But that's what they said. He should be back by the season, so I'm just rolling with that. But we'll see. But all right, so safety. I think they just keep, it's kind of like running backs. I think they keep 4 safeties.
Who's the fourth one though? Because I'll be Kirby and Branch.
I think they're going to keep someone that the one for me to be real, they keep 3. So they keep 3 guaranteed. The fourth one I battled with, but the 3 they're going to keep obviously Brian, Kirby, Avante.
Yep. I'm interested in your fourth though because I picked
fourth one. I was deciding between Maurice Norris or Lauren Strickland because I don't think Ian Kennelly makes it.
I ended up going Lauren Strickland.
personally.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't be
60.
shocked if it's Maurice, but I will say Strickland last year played with this, like he played games. You know what I'm saying? He was there in games when they needed him. Like, I think they like him because of that. Like,
I think Lawrence Strickland's been standing out too.
Yeah, no,
he's making plays. In
camp.
preseason games, the 2 games you're noticing Lawrence Strickland, and I think when we go to camp, we see Lawrence Strickland. I think Kenley's made plays. I think Ian Kenley's a guy who's going to end up being on the practice squad who gets through waivers. I'm not saying Lawrence Strickland won't make it through, and Maurice Norris won't, but I think Lawrence Strickland is a guy who has proven throughout the preseason that he deserves a spot, and he's been working. And obviously, I wouldn't honestly, Jeff, like, I feel like in the past you've had better safety depth, but I don't think Lawrence Strickland's bad. I still think it's a good because who else did we see playing nickel? Was it Lawrence Strickland that was playing nickel that one day when me and you were there? And I called it out. I was like,
that Hallett the second was playing nickel one time. I don't know. You could be right though.
It might have been it. Hallett. Yeah, I don't remember because Amik was out and Kirby was out. Avante was in Kirby's spot. I thought it was Lawrence Strickland that was playing nickel. I could be wrong with that, but I think they like him. I think he's a Dan Campbell type of guy. They love him there.
Well, that puts me, and then we have the 3 specialists, obviously Jack Fox, Jake Bates, Hogan Haddon. So that puts me at 26 on defense.
Do you count that with Jake Bates, Jack Fox, Hogan?
No. That 26 on defense and then 3 special.
Should I count Khalil Dorsey? I'm asking you on that one.
I did. I did because until I'm told otherwise. This is like projection for the season, so I think they'll be back. I counted. I have Josh Paschal in mind too. So I
have 26 defensive.
That's what I got. Okay, we have the same. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.